Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. John Swinney has said that he wants the UK government, whoever it should be, probably Labour, to raise taxes after the next election, and has said that were he in charge, he would undoubtedly raise taxes. We're going to have a look at why in a moment, but first of all, let's just point out that Scotland already has higher income tax than England and Wales. And the reason he wants England and Wales to raise their income tax is to make it look as though Scotland isn't as bad as it undoubtedly is. If he can sit there and sort of have a levelling up, it means that, oh, look at us, we were right. Paying more taxes, what we must do. We went first and we showed England the way. That kind of thing. He's going to make paying more tax, making people more impoverished, taking more money that people earn out of their pocket to be something virtuous, if you like, something good, rather than what it actually is, which is stealing from people who've got very little just to cover up the mess they've made. But the very fact that he wants to raise taxes further than where he's already raised them is also an indication of failure, because governments only tax highly to cover up failure. And we know with the SNP that failure is quite definitely an option, because failure is all they do. But, and this is the important thing to remember, these increased taxes, and he's talking billions, 18 billion minimum. These aren't to improve people's lives. They aren't to improve the services that taxation normally pays for. This isn't going to make the NHS better. This isn't going to improve the numbers of policemen or of firemen. This isn't going to pump money into schools to pay for maintenance of buildings or to hire more teachers. Indeed, they're still going ahead with firing teachers. And indeed, just as an aside on that one, it looks like the teacher unions are about to go on strike over the threats of all these teacher firings, 450 alone in Glasgow. They're not happy, and there may well be industrial action over that. How can you deal with that one, Swinney? This isn't one, these people aren't striking for more money. They're striking to keep the jobs. So that's going to be a difficult one for him to square that circle. But anyway, getting back, he says these big tax hikes are necessary. And as I say, not for increasing services. Simply, this huge tax hike is simply to fill the £18 billion black hole in the whole of Holyrood's terrible treatment of finances of Scotland. Now, there's an article, it's in the Daily Record, and he says that he would like to hike taxes if he was Prime Minister in order to plug this £18 billion black hole that, of course, the SNP themselves have created. 17 years of creating this immense shortfall. And what have you got to show for it? You'd think if you're spending 18 billion, you go, wow, we've just got the best healthcare service in the world. We've got the best education in the world. Look how we've got low crime because we've got so many policemen and we've built all these magnificent jails. And of course, you've got none of those things. And you're not going to have any of those things because those things cost money. Money they don't have. They have, however, got little foreign embassies with friends and relations earning hundreds of thousands of pounds a year, living the high life at public expense. You've got so many people earning over 100,000 in the civil service and in sort of the public sector service jobs, hundreds of thousands of pounds a year. To do what? To do jobs that in comparable fields in businesses would pay 30, 40,000 pounds. You have people overly promoted, underly qualified, making very poor decisions on massive salaries, presumably because they're somebody's mate. And all this money, of course, comes from the taxpayer. And the taxpayer is getting a very bum deal on all this. And so while they've still got this £18 billion black hole, and he's wanting to increase taxes, he doesn't have the power to do it. Well, I mean, he's got the power to increase income tax, but even he knows he daren't increase income tax anymore. There's already a brain drain and a talent drain. They're already finding it very difficult to attract people to come to Scotland because of the taxes, and they're finding it very hard to retain people because those people are just heading south of the border. So if he was to put income tax any more or increase it any more, what do you think the effect of that would be? It would be even more catastrophic for them. It's just stunning. Now, he's admitted this. This isn't something that's been leaked or somebody's, had a quick word. This is things that Swinney himself has said. He has come out and said this. And yet here he's not hiding it. They're not even hiding it anymore. And they still want people to vote for them. Thousands of high earners, as we sit here now, thousands of high earners have left Scotland. This isn't an opinion. It's not me saying, plucking a number out of the air. This is the HMRC's figures. Customs Excise, His Majesty's Customs Excise, the people responsible for taking all the tax. Thousands of high earners have left Scotland already. And it's going to get worse. And not only are the ones leaving, they can't attract others. They can't get people to go in and do the jobs. Why should they? Why should you do a job in Scotland when you can do the same job in England and take home more money? You'd have to be an absolute moron. Of course, these high-skilled people, high-earning people, they're not morons. So what's he to do? Well, like I say, the only thing he can say is, please, make Labour get in, make Labour raise income tax so that the differential between England and Scotland isn't bad anymore. Make it look same, make it look fine, make it look as though we're not absolutely, screwing people over. But of course you are, because every penny of tax you take is money that isn't going in to feed children, that isn't going in to be spent going out to pubs, bars and restaurants and cinemas. And so they will close and more people will go on the dole and less tax will be taken and more money will be spent out in unemployment benefit and in housing benefit and in things like that. And so the whole economy collapses, the finances go up the shit creek and the SNP sit back and go, our job is complete, our job is done. Scotland is now a wasteland so that when we're voted out, whoever comes in has to sit and become emperor of a burnt, destroyed land. Because that's all they've got left. They can't save anything, they can't do anything, so it's scorched earth just to screw the next people in because they don't want them to come in and fix all the problems because it'll only highlight how bad they are. Let me know what you think. Speak soon. Bye.